Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry about the crappy lighting. It's one of those dreary, icky days outside. So, I made Sky a bunch of curlers for her hair, and I told you I have a second batch, so I'm going to make for her because she needed more. So told you guys I would show you what I did. What I did is I took fabric that I already had. Doesn't really matter what fabric or color it is, and I cut 3-inch wide by 10-inch long strips. And then I measured in 3.5 inches in from each end and drew a line there. So now what I'm going to do is fold them in half with right sides facing. I'm going to sew up one side, or one short end, and all the way up the long end on all of them. And then I will bring you back. I'm going to go ahead and record while I do that though. I'll do one fully on camera. And it doesn't really matter which short end you do. I'm just weird, and I have the areas I like to do it, the directions I like to do it in. And you could pin it if you want to, just, it's not a very wide strip, and it's certainly not a very long one, so. And I'll double check my seam allowance for you in just a second, because I don't remember. I usually line it up with the end of my presser foot. So this, I lined it up with the clear piece of my presser foot here, so it looks like it's about, I'll check, I think it's about 1/4 inch is what it looks like to me. I usually do between 3/8 of an inch or 1/4 inch, somewhere around in there. I'm going to clip my corners, making sure I don't cut where the actual threading is, or the, yeah, you know what I mean, the stitches. There we go. I can't talk today. I'm going to turn this right side out. I don't know where my turner is. Right, oh, here it is. That's where it is. And apparently I did cut a little too close on that corner, but that's alright. I always hate having to turn tubes because I don't have patience. I get impatient very quickly. And I'm always afraid I'm gonna rip. There we go. This is actually one of my old dissection tools from when I was in college. Many, many years ago. I found it not too long ago, and it works really good for helping poke out corners. So I'm going to get these two corners poked out. Okay, and this is where the lines that I made come in handy. So on the end that is already sewn, I'm going to sew across that line. I didn't mean to cut it in the end there, but that's okay. I was trying to backstitch, it just didn't work very well. Apparently I have a little bit of a lead foot on that spot. Now the next thing I'm going to do is stuff this center section with fiberfill. So I'll be right back. I gotta go grab mine. Okay, so this is the fiberfill I'm using. I got it from our brand new Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to take some of it and stuff that section. And I had a really difficult time stuffing this. It was just a pain in the butt, which is where this thing came in handy. But anything can help you stuff it in. And what I found is I tried to roll it up as tight as I could and use that to get it started. And then use this to push it back in there once I was able to get it started. I think this was the most time-consuming process of the whole thing. Not even the cutting of the fabric, but the stuffing of it. Now, I did try to stuff the ones as tight as I could, but Sky asked me not to fill these ones as much. So, I'm going to try and loosen that up a little bit. I think I'm going to leave this one just like that. So it's got some fill in the center, you can kind of see, but I have a little bit of excess on both sides, so if I needed to maneuver the fill a little bit more, I could. I'm not going to stuff it any fuller. You can stuff it as full as you want, or as not full as you want, if that makes any sense to anybody. And on that second line, I'm going to go ahead and stitch across that now, so basically making a pouch for the fiber fill. Next step is to close that other end, and I'm just going to tuck it under as best I can and stitch across it. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be a perfect end like the other side is, and I'm okay with that. I just want to make sure that it's as closed as best as possible. See, like that is not wanting to tuck under. Don't mind my voice. I've been not feeling very well, and weather's changing here in Tennessee, so my sinuses are going haywire. And I think I'm in the middle of a fibro flare too, so that's not helping. The last part for each of one of these is to add Velcro for a closure. I do have some regular Velcro, or excuse me, hook and loop sew-on. I have some of this, but I'm trying to use up the sticky ones that I have. Is kind of give this a little bit of a ground to stick to too. So I'm going to decide which one gets the bottom, which one gets the top, and I think I'm going to put the hooks on this side and the loop on the outside, and then I'm just going to sew around those to hold them in place so that they don't come off. I gotta remember, this is not race car driving. It does not need to be fast. Take my time. I get impatient though, so, and I think her first batch of these I did 20. This one I think I have 15, so she should have plenty for her whole head. I think what she ended up needing was like 5 more, but I wanted to make sure there were extras just in case. Now sew the hook side on, and this one will be done. I got a bit of a shake today. I think that's part of my flare, but also partly from my meds being changed for my diabetes. And I'm still trying to get used to them. It'll just take a little bit of time. And they've got me on a once-a-week injection now. They took out 2 pills that I'm on and added 1 new one, and then gave me a once-a-week injection to do 2. So my body is still trying to get used to. I was on the new pill for a week first before I did the injections, but now with the injections in, I've done that twice now. So for the last 2 weeks. But I've noticed I've got a little bit of a shake because my sugars are still fluctuating a lot. So until I can get them regulated to where they're supposed to be, hopefully that shake will go away. But in the meantime, I've just got to deal with it. And so I just try to take my time getting anything done, because it's the flare, between the flare and the shake, it's giving me a little bit of vertigo issues, which are not fun. So I do things in bursts and spurts and try to get things done while I'm up. So that's the completion of it. And then what I do is I just closed it like this, and she's got a baggie, a cloth bag that I made for her with them in it. So I'm going to do that for the rest of these, and then I'm going to give them to her to add to her collection. So I'm just going to continue on that for all the rest of these, and basically you just do the same thing for all the ones that you want to make for yourself. And what you do is you, when you wash your hair, you put these in and let your hair dry. Normally she does it at night, so she'll take a shower at night, put these in her hair, and morning comes, she'll take them out. And that's when she gets the curl. So I just thought I would share. And I did find this information on Pinterest. I'm not sure if I still have the website. If I do, I will try to link it in the description box below so you can see the original post, because this was not my original idea. I did modify some of it a little bit just to work a little bit better for me. I've done them with a little bit longer of a fabric strip, or a little bit shorter, or less poofy, more poofy, depending on what you're wanting. So you can adjust them definitely to fit your needs. So I thought I would share with you. See ya.